Hello, everyone. Sorry, I had to delete stuff and I put everyone in the wrong group.
Kind of sums up the weekend, doesn't it? Really.
I'm having a pim.
Where the team's out of form, the pod's out of form. We can't get more than 3 for Love No Money. Oh, it's a disastrous December so far.
I don't know what to say to everybody. I'm really sorry. We're not at the top of our game. Everybody's gone. Our thoughts go out.
This pod isn't reflective.
Okay. Town lost. John Cena retired. A proper shite weekend, says Oliver Johnson. Absolutely. Evening, David. Evening, everybody. Welcome along. So glad to have you. Yeah, we'll talk about stuff. I mean, before we start, we've just got to send our love and thoughts to Mike. His father passed away this week, so he's not going to be on the pod for a couple of weeks. Thank you for everyone who's already sent their love and affection to him. Him and the family are all doing well, but as you can imagine, it's a pretty difficult time at the moment. So, yeah, if you want to send him a beer, feel free to. And with that, no Martin, no Bruce either. He is becoming a flake. I have to be entirely honest.
Well, Bruce was out last night. And he messaged us from Teddy's bar last night around about 8, 9 o'clock, saying, "I'll be there. I'm doing some karaoke, but I'll be there." And then 12 hours later, where is he? Where is he? Well, next week I can monitor his behavior. In fact, what I will do is I will keep a video record of Bruce's behavior because I am DJing the party that Bruce is at on Saturday night. So I can keep. I am. So I will keep everyone updated on the group chat and I will call it the Bruce Files. And the Bruce Files will monitor the evening behavior of Mr. Fenwick and whether or not he will be in a decent state for our Secret Santa the next day.
Look, my biggest worry was the fact that he said he was in the North Sea last week. He was basically doing a Christmas, what would you say? A Christmas, oh, hang on. Yes, my computer has been very needy today. Yeah, he said he was going to call him from the North Sea and he didn't. And I had Captain Pugwash music ready and everything. And he wasn't, I'm just disappointed. Yeah, and that's,
say something, Sam. Martin's saying you're very quiet.
Got nothing to say so far.
Well, we're going to build it up now. Sam has got a lot of FUs to a lot of people to give today. He is going to be telling you all that he told you so. And you know what? Me and Alex are coming around to his way of thinking as well. So this is a Christmas miracle waiting to happen.
Look, I was very much of the opinion that the guy's in a bad run of form. Everything I'd seen at the start of the season would suggest that, he's had experience of getting Mansfield promoted and stuff like that. He was quite good in commanding his area. He was good, relatively good at his distribution. And I was doing my best yesterday to be positive and to remain positive. But literally everything Pim did pissed me off. There was a point in which he even got the ball. So we were in our ascendancy sort of about 40 minutes in. And we just had a go. And the ball had come back to us. I think Tharm had passed it back to him or Staunton had. And instead of just quickly getting it out there and starting again, he did the thing that I was getting really annoyed about with our keeper that was actually saving stuff, the emergency lone goalkeeper, where he would take the touch, take another touch. And because Notts County was so aggressive on the press, they were right on, and they had to boot it really quickly to nobody. I was like, I think I'm done. But I shouldn't take this point. Mr. Cut over everybody. And no microphone discipline, Mr. Barrick should have his moment. So, Sam, no point in fucking muting now, is there?
I just don't feel I need to point this out. The evidence speaks for itself, really. That I said after 2 games at Harrogate that he was we'd conceded 4 goals at that stage, whatever it was, and he hadn't made a save. And then corrected myself. Oh, it's early days. Don't worry, these things get better. And here we are, and he's got the worst save percentage in the league by quite a clear margin as well. And also, I don't stand this stat very well, but he's got the worst XG underperformance of any goalkeeper in League Two. I think basically means he's conceded more goals than he should have done based on the shots faced. Now, obviously, there are lots more issues around Grimsby Town at the moment than just the goalkeeper. But if you've got a keeper that 50% of shots that go in, that kind of undermines everything else that you're trying to do. This is why I've gone so hard on goalkeepers in the past, because like if you've got an issue in goal, it's almost like the rest of the team's pointless, because if you've got an issue in goal, it undermines everything you're trying to do around it all. I don't really care if it's sort of pretty to watch and we can pass it around and look nice and create loads of chances and defend the area well. If we're conceding a goal every other time they have a shot, then you're kind of rendering the rest of it all redundant. But I don't really know. I mean, obviously, young lads, we can't really throw him in there. It'd be a kind of bit of baptism of fire. And maybe he's out of form. I don't know. But having looked back, I did notice that Mansfield fans had a problem outside the box. So surely, if you're an opposition manager, you've seen the goal against Tranmere, the goals at Barrow, this one, you're just going, "Oh, look, lads, just have a go from 20 yards. If you get it vaguely on target, there's a bit of an even chance it's going to go in." And if that's the reality, then that's a problem. But as I said, let's not blame it all on Pim. Like, it's not just his fault, to be clear. We can't finish chances. But it's definitely a factor.
I think you make some very good points, and I think, to be fair, we've said the same thing about what Mansfield have been saying over the last few weeks on the pod. We've been saying that they all said when he signed, he's okay, but shots from outside the box he struggles with, and and you think about it, probably when we saw them comments, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, maybe he's just had a few, a bit of bad times," because generally his record is decent. He's been promoted. It's not like he's an unknown, and it's not like he hasn't got experience from getting out of this league, because he clearly has. And for a goalkeeper, he's still young as well. That he's not. Is he 29? Is he, Pim? How old is Pim?
30, I think. So that's not
30.
That's not old at all.
30 for 30.
He's
30 goalkeeper.
He looked
nice. He does look it. Yeah, absolutely. He looks like a midlife crisis man, and he's only 30.
It's a low average age in Mansfield. Or
he looks like he drives a Nissan Tigra or something like that. Yeah, it's funny. We Achtenberg, who was 42, 43 last week, a couple of weeks ago for Tranmere. He looked far more agile than Pim does.
Well, look at the guy we had in from Swindon for the Swindon game. He's what? How old was he?
37? 38. Yeah, 37, 38. Yeah. Look, far more. The both of them look.
Yeah. David, surely we can get David Besson back on loan.
Yeah, he'll do a job. Absolutely.
I don't like.
So yeah, maybe we need to roll the credits.
No, you don't get 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the thing.
We're going to get 10 minutes. Okay, so we'll keep. But yeah, so what's alluding to what you were saying earlier, Sam? What we have to accept in this league, that you're not going to get the best, or you're not going to get a great all-round keeper. You're going to have to pick either or. Do you want a good shot stopper, or do you want someone that's good at really good at distributing? And actually, in hindsight now, you probably go, I'll take the shot stopper, actually, because I'm sure most keepers can play a decent short ball, or just at least a basic pass to the defenders, and actually we say for Pim's distribution, as Alex said earlier, there's times where he just hit it hopelessly. He doesn't seem to kind of go anywhere. So maybe in hindsight, actually, I'll take somebody who stops goals from going in. Thank you.
Sorry, this is the thing. When you're talking about goalkeepers at this level, we are looking at an opportunity to get promoted, and goalkeepers should be an asset to you. They should not be a liability. And he is a massive liability. And unfortunately, as we discussed Youngie after the Barrow game, that unsuredness does resonate out to the rest of the defence. Now, the defence is nowhere near good enough. Tharm, I'm looking at you yesterday, absolute joke of a man. I heard Mike has torn down his curtains, thrown off the bed sheet. He's taken off his Tharm socks. He's done with you. The Tharm shack has now been named the the Kevin Donovan Paradise Oasis Centre instead. But exactly the same way McJanet a couple of weeks before that, there is an element where that comes from you're not 100% sure about what Pim is going to do. And there have been, and John of our pod said it on the group yesterday, goes, well, it went through a lot of bodies. I mean, how many more times do we have to accept that as an excuse that it went through the bodies? I paused it on the moment he committed to making the save, and the ball is past the penalty spot. And I mean, come on, you're just shit. And I don't know if it's form, I don't know if it's not, but you're just not at the level we need. And to be entirely honest, the best thing he could probably do at the moment, we're looking at escape to victories levels of commitment here, Christy, where we need to get Sylvester Stallone in goal. I think you need to make a sacrifice, or I assume at some point someone is going to start laying micro machines outside of his house just in case he can twist an ankle or something. Because the first thing the club need to be doing in the winter period is getting a new goalkeeper, because there is nothing to suggest. And I see people with Steve Crowston talking about that as well. Is he someone that we need to start talking about? Now, Steve, good man, close to my heart, as I imagine he is with everybody. I don't necessarily know how involved he is in selecting goalkeepers, but if he is the number one man selecting, and I can't imagine he is, but he's selecting Pim, Wright, Eastwood, who else was before him? I can't remember. But yeah.
Cartwright, was it?
Harvey Cartwright. Then yes, that's a problem. That's a massive problem, because we haven't. I don't think we've had a decent goalkeeper since McEwen. Sorry, yeah.
He came in, didn't he, in our first league season back, didn't he, Crowdson? He came in as goalkeeping coach the first season back, and he definitely had an influence on Cartwright because he was goalkeeping coach at Hull. So, and I think he recommended Harvey Cartwright. He definitely influenced on Wright because he was goalkeeping coach at Lincoln. And I remember Artell saying in the interviews, like, oh, he comes up with strong pedigree, and I highly recommend it from Steve Crowdson. And the Pim story is that he met Steve Crowdson on holiday. And I mean, the one thing I would say is that Pim was a big name goalkeeper that was out of contract. So I think that, and again, he's got promotion experience. So I wouldn't put that all the way down to Crowdson.
No.
But should a goalkeeping coach be responsible for like having an influence on the hiring? I'm not sure about that. His job should be to coach the goalkeepers.
Yeah, and I mean that's up for questioning. But at 29 years old, he should be pretty half decent and know what he's doing in between the sticks. The other thing is, I mean, the story is that he went and met him on holiday. Probably the reason why he did is because that was his role, and he can speak to him in a level of detail that maybe the data analytic guy cannot do. And he might not have had anything to do with it. We've got an entire database that we keep talking about, and a recruitment agency which is taking us here, there, and everywhere. But at the moment, there are lots of question marks over the recruitment. You've got Soonsup Bell, who was rumoured to be late for training last week, and one of the reasons why he wasn't selected for the squad, and hasn't shown anything close to what I would expect from someone that comes in with the hype he's got. Tory has yet to show anything apart from teams that are woefully unprepared in terms of, he was brilliant against Shrewsbury in the League Cup, but other than that, I haven't really seen, I've seen flashes, but I haven't seen a man capable of taking over McEachran or Green's spot, or even, I don't even think he's anywhere close to Corey's level in terms of a player we've got there. And, KB has started with brilliance and everything, but quite now he looks like a shadow of the former self of the player that we had. And we're playing Harvey Rogers at right back and every other defensive issue that we've got. So there are questions around this, this recruitment policy, which has been something that we've lauded over. And hey, I think, anything else before I kick into the show, because we're into it basically.
Yeah, Graham Dickens has said we have so many fringe players, and that is an issue. They are fringe players. They're not first teamers right now. They are fringe players. They're not knocking on the door of that starting 11, banging down at the door for a chance, are they? If next week, for example, he decides to start Amal Oda, Soonsup Bell, Eccleston, we'd be all going, well, what's going on? Why is he starting? Not or it's not a natural, oh, that's fine, yeah, they're ready to come into the squad. They are literal fringe players at the moment, and that is a problem. They're not competing with the first 11.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life around there. They're going crazy.
This antiquated main stand, I can feel it vibrating.
Say, they got a penalty here, there'll be fish flying about that. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football!
This is Vernon! Vernon scored! The supporters are invading the pitch because Grimsby Town have caused one of the biggest upsets in their history.
Love it.
I went with Christmas for you, Youngie. I know you can't hear it. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the DN35 podcast. Great to have you along. Look, we've already started on our dour note, but we are here to bring you... That's too loud. We're here to bring you some festive joy. We'll talk about anything if you prefer. Let's talk about Lando Norris being the best racing driver in the history of mankind, making Red Bull look pathetic and as useless as they always did. We can always talk about that. We won't talk about the cricket. Yeah, we'd love to have your thoughts on the game yesterday. Town losing 2-0 to Notts County. I don't know how many games we've lost now. We haven't won in the league since October 18th. It's my brother's birthday that day. Do we have a sacrificial ceremony in which we burn him on a stake? I am absolutely up for it, especially when we judge what Christmas present he gives me. But we want to have your thoughts on it. Town, you know, it's just not there at the moment. Or is it? David Artell yesterday said we were potentially the better team. And that is the first time I've listened to a David Artell interview in a while where I've gone, you're talking out your arse, mate. Because I thought first half was a very good performance. I thought it was a very good game. I think we shaded it in the first half. I thought we were the better team in the first half. And if we had anyone capable of putting the ball in the back of the net, we would have been 1-0 up because that was an incredible double save from a keeper that Notts County want out, by the way, from what I can see from their fans' reactions. If he wants to come here, they're more than welcome to. If they want to do a wife swap, a keeper swap, I'm up for it. But the second half was absolutely appalling, devoid of fluidity, footballing intelligence, of this is the wrong music for this. Shall I go? Have we got suspenseful music on this new little thing? Let's have a look. Oh, no. Sad cello music. There we go. But it was devoid of intelligence. It was devoid of the vigor that we'd seen at the start of the season. It was completely and utterly inept, and no one from you're bringing on Clark Adore. If anyone can tell me what he does, apart from being an uneligible player to get people in Nairobi annoyed at Grimsby Town beating Manchester United, I have no idea what the point of him is. We look listless up front, but I still believe, genuinely though, that we are not far off. If you can find, I know it's easy to say, but if you can find a bloke that can stop, save a couple of shots every now and then, and a guy that can stick it in the other end, I think we're back in the automatic promotion spots within about 6 weeks. I don't understand the massive overreaction I've seen from some fans. Some calling from Artell's head. Absolutely lunacy. Yeah, I'm surprised that I was the voice of reason on social media yesterday. And if you're relying on me to be the voice of reason, we're all fucked. Gentlemen, I'll pass it over to you. What did you make of the game? Go on, Youngie.
Oh, I was pointing to Sam, but I'll go first. I said on Twitter at half time, I thought the first half was a really good game. I thought it was two good teams that weren't direct, that wanted to play a little bit and had a little bit about them, having a good old back and forth. I thought 10 minutes, they looked very good the first 10 minutes. And I thought, oh God, this is the best team that have been to Bundle Park this season. They looked a really good outfit. But we got into the game. It's interesting, someone mentioned on there earlier that all that, we were a bit useless when our play doesn't go down the left. And actually, yesterday was a good example of that, because in the first half, we were getting all our joy on the left-hand side. There was times, you said it, Alex, on the chat. I think there was the ball came to Vernon, and Vernon miscontrolled it. The ball came to Corey, he miscontrolled it. The ball came to Staunton, he miscontrolled it, and and it could have been a really, really good chance. But the more and more the first half went on, we were getting a lot of joy on that side. And Staunton, particularly, his set piece delivery and his crossing was a real asset to us. But when you've got a striker that's only 5'8" or whatever, however tall KBA is, and not a lot else kind of making their way into the box, you can have the best delivery in the world. I don't know. I'm guessing. I might be wrong there.
I'm looking now.
Yeah. But you're gonna struggle, because as good as you could have David Beckham delivering the crosses, but there's nobody at the end for him. They're no good. And then we had that big chance with Kabia and McJanet, which was a good save. Well, keeper did really well, but we've got to do better. And we all, I think, without saying it out loud, we all maybe thought at our time, have we done our usual here and wasted our chances? And then the second half comes and we don't look in the game at all. And they started, and in fact, I kind of had a feeling in literally the first 15 seconds of the second half, they won a corner straight off the bat. I think it was Farm completely gets rattled by Jatta and ends up kind of kicking it out for a corner, and you're going, oh, that's a bad start, that. And it never kind of got any better. And you knew it, didn't you? As soon as they went 1-0 up, you knew we weren't going to score.
Oh, the head. That's one thing that's really worried me, is the second the heads were down, lots of looking at each other. Doug Tharm desperately trying to encourage people. You shouldn't have to encourage them. Get on with the fucking game and move on. Yeah, it's I don't, Graham, I can see you in the chat. I can't agree with the idea that Artell has lost the dressing room. I'm sorry. That's just not true. I don't think that's true at all. But if anybody else agrees with him, let us know.
We've got, as Grimsby fans, we've got a lot of experience of seeing relegation teams over the last few years. I don't think we've seen their heads drop. Their heads haven't dropped. They're not kind of.
I did just say that they had.
Oh, maybe okay. Let me say that. I mean, not playing for the manager. We've seen it where they don't look like they're playing for the manager. Yeah, there's a difference, and they don't look. They just look. There's a lack of confidence right now, for sure. There is
a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the second they miss their first chance, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then if you've got, but Pim isn't the root cause of all issues. But if they only need to have a shot on target, then it's a problem, because then you go, well, now we're 1-0 down. We've been the better team. It's back to what it was.
I mean, it kind of. I hear what you're saying in terms of, like, we've seen relegation sides at London from the league before, or sides that have nearly got relegation. This is nothing like that. There's a lot better players in the side than that. And I think people are too liberal with the expression "lost the dressing room." You hear it all up and down the pyramid regarding lots of teams. I mean, I don't really know what I think it means that the player's no longer playing for the manager and they want him sacked. I don't see that under any circumstances. And I think that also happens a lot less than people think it does. You see players low on confidence, as these lads resemble now. Do you think towards the end of Hurst's time he'd lost the dressing room, or do you think there was just a group of players who were very low on confidence who didn't really know how to turn it around? I think it's probably more the latter.
Just to kind of that point, Sam, I'll let you carry on. But that last game at Doncaster, Hurst came over to the fans to clap. He got a massive round of boos and Hurst out when he came towards the away end. But the players were telling the fans, no, stop it, and kind of like, including McAtee, who is not McAtee, arguably a bit of a rogue character himself, but they were all telling the fans to calm it and not to say anything. So no, so he didn't lose the dressing room, Hurst, not for sure.
But I think he didn't lose. He didn't lose
the time though. Sorry, Belge.
It's all right. He didn't lose the dressing room, but what he did have is that group needed a kick up the arse. It needed something different. and it needed a spark. And you could tell that because that Milton Keynes franchise game with Artell in charge, they were a completely different kettle of fish. They were, and granted, they reverted to type pretty bloody quickly, but they were completely different. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah, so this is not a Paul Hirsch visionism, but it's just a point that I'm making regarding how you don't lose. Players very rarely try and get a manager sacked. So the idea that we should be dispensed with the Artell now is frankly ridiculous. But can you legitimately call you? I put this on Twitter yesterday, and I got a bit of backlash for it. Like, can you legitimately call yourself a good side if we all keep calling ourselves a good side if we can't finish chances and every single shot goes in? You can't. Like, I know we look pretty and we play some nice stuff and we create loads of chances. It's all exciting when Vernon goes past his man and cuts in, and we've got Sweeney popping into midfield and picking loads of touches and Walker finding little pockets of space. It looks really good, but it's not actually producing results. Which leads me on to another point, which is, do we have to, although I'm sure that Artell will look at it and go, look, the data looks okay, the XG looks great. The XG still looks fantastic, actually, if you look at it. But something fundamental is going wrong that is preventing us from winning football matches. Do we need to do something different? Does it involve, I don't know, bringing in chucking Casper in for a week or two, going to 3 at the back, playing slightly deeper? I don't know what the answer is, but I do know that whatever this can't go on, because if we're not, we're going to be 18th, 19th, and forget the playoffs and looking like the season's over.
Yeah,
we've only got 3 more points than we got in the season before last, which is widely construed one of the worst seasons ever. Just bear that in mind.
I don't take the hyperbole of that. Hyperbole. Mike did come back to me and say that was pretty impressive from McAtee, considering he was playing for Barnsley at the time. But there we go.
You know what, Mike? I was going to be really nice to you today. I even wrote you a poem last week. So thanks again.
I can't remember what I was going to say, but I think we are a good team, and I think the stuff we're playing is pretty good. We're creating chances. We're far better than any of the teams we've been discussing. We are creating stuff, and the only thing I'll say is it's not going to get better next week. We're going to lose to Bromley. I can't see us beating Bromley at all. And imagine that fallout, because they are a team that will absolutely take great pride in beating someone like us, where, I don't know how they play, but I'd imagine lots of set pieces, lots of long balls, lots of quick changes, lots of, get ahead, never let them have the ball, break up the play. You can see that sort of ball down the wing, their defenders got the back to our attacker, and it just falls over, free kick, start again. But we'll lose next week. And my only thing is look, I think as I said yesterday on social media, I think we're playing well. I think we have players that are not at the level we need. And I'm looking at people like Cabia, who, in his defense, he should not be leading this line. The fact that we had, the story is the club were waiting for Regan Linney to arrive at Cheapside, and he then arrived at Carlisle. And if you spent your time looking for that striker and to try and get him in, and then he fucks you over in the last second, I do have an element of sympathy for the team trying to get that. It's not like you can have 4 or 5 players on the cusp of signing and then get rid of them. So the one thing I wouldn't say is, though, Cam Garner's injury is a shame, but I saw people yesterday talking about him like, oh, it's such a huge miss. No, he's not. When he played against Manchester United, we were talking about it because we knew he was going to play, and we were like, what are we playing him? He played amazingly, but that is the only time I've seen him this season. So we weren't expecting him to play a big part in this season. He was going to have to play a bigger part, and I think we'd have found that he'd have been pretty good if he was going to continue with that. Love the positive attitude, Alex, saying we're going to lose next week. Ches, 10 quid, me and you. I don't mind it. It's how it is. Alex, I think you're deluded if you think we're a good side. Graham, I'm sorry, but we have seen.
Power off.
Who's his power off?
Sorry, that was me fiddling around with my daughter's Hello Kitty microphone. Sorry.
Graham, we have seen so many shit teams in this team. This team is better than them. They're creating chances. They're moving the ball forward, and they are making play. We are having individual errors where, that they're the things that are changing it. And I don't think I deluded is wrong. But there we go. Youngie.
Yeah, I was going to kind of just jump in there for a second, and it goes back to the point we made earlier that the January side, the August, especially the late August signings have been a complete flop, haven't they? Really, because what have they added? What have they added? They barely played a game between them all. We've had Soon Suk Bell, we've had Odor, Eccleston, and anyone else. It was a poor.
The young lad, the keeper, I think Casper.
The keeper.
It wasn't trusted to play in a one-off game.
No, one game. Yeah, absolutely. So that was a big thing, because at that point we only had 3 strikers anyway. We had Rose, Gardner, and Cabia. They should have really used them loan signings a hell of a lot wiser, and they have been complete waste of loans. Pete Rose said it to us a few weeks ago, didn't he? He said it on one of the comments. Eccleston can't play at right back ahead of a centre back who's playing at right back. That sums it up, doesn't it?
And it's something we had that conversation with a couple of weeks ago, where, say, for example, Artel was sacked next week because of it. And then we bring in, I don't know, someone, Graham Alexander or someone, I don't know. And then he immediately takes out Harvey Rogers, puts him in the centre with McJanet, and then he puts, Eccleston on the right. And then we'll go, oh, we've kept a clean sheet. It's because, it gets quite convoluted, and we end up, one of the things that managers end up doing is where they end up playing players out of position because it's worked for a few weeks and then it doesn't work, and then a refresh. I don't think we're getting anywhere near that. I just think I think this is the point in which I'm not articulating myself very well. I don't understand what fans are seeing that then apart from the results, what are they not happy with the manager? What are they doing? What do you think this club is doing? What have you seen in this team that is not going, actually, that's fine? We're creating chances. I thought the second half yesterday was really poor. And if we have a consecutive ones of that, then yes, we have a problem. But we're creating chances. We're aggressive. They come out every week and have, they tend to be the better team in the first half. They tend to start well. But we've got a shit goalkeeper and we've got no one up front that can put the ball away. That is a huge problem. But it can be pretty easily rectified. The second you get a half decent keeper in, all of a sudden we look, unbeatable, and sooner or later we start putting those away. But I know we want to see changes to the formation, I think. And yet Zach Gilson was Michael Jackson is the other one he's saying. That's another one where we haven't really seen much of him either.
I think you've sort of answered your own question there, Alex, when you asked about what are fans not seeing. I mean, results are fundamental at the end. I keep using the word fundamental. And I think people are just frustrated with the fact that we're playing this decent football. We look pretty good. They're clearly a good group of players. And yet still we can't seem to buy a point at the moment.
But I guess my question is then, and you're right, Sam, what is the manager doing wrong there? Because we're playing well, we're creating chances. What else is Artel meant to be doing at the moment from a team that was performing at the beginning of the season that isn't now? He can't help Cabia put the ball in the back of the net from 2 yards out, and he can't go out there and save a goal from the edge of the area because Christy Pym moves 5.5 seconds after he should have done. I just don't understand. I know ultimately you need someone to blame, but I think football is far more nuanced than what we always take away. Going, the manager shit. I think this is a point in which, if you back the manager, I think this is going to be absolutely fine. This season is far from done. It's a really tight league full of very shit teams. And you've just got to look at how Wimbledon did last season. We are 4 points behind what we'd gathered up the season before last season, in which we were 45 minutes away from getting into the playoffs. This season is eminently worse than that. So expect, a bigger opportunity to be able to get into the playoffs. I think there are changes that need to be made, but just like everybody at the beginning of the season was going, HMS pissed the league, this is going to be a doddle with the best team since sliced fucking bread. At the same time, we're also not the worst fucking team we've ever seen. Oh my God, Russell Slade, please come back. All is forgiven. We're going to go down. There is the element where, Arteta said it himself, not too high, not too low. Where's the middle ground in this going, look, this is a bit shit now. You lads need to book up your fucking ideas because you're embarrassing. Get on with it. Yes, Jungie, sorry.
Hang on a minute. You are asking football fans to be rational.
If I'm having to do the rational one,
that is a big ask. That is like, come on. You're right. Actually, when you are the voice of reason, we should all be worried. I agree with you on all the points about that. I think I think the players need to stand up a little bit. I think they're individual. A lot of our results are coming from bad individual decision making.
Yeah,
aren't they? Whether it be Vernon getting a short corner back, having a perfect opportunity to curl one in or to get a great ball and then putting it in the top stand of the Osmond, for example, or Kieran Green deciding to take a shot from 50 yards out when he could have made a simple pass or something like that. There's just a lot of bad individual decision making right now. It's not necessarily because it's a team struggle. It's because there's just some of the players are a little bit brain dead at the moment. My only worry about Artell was listening to his post-match yesterday on Humberside, and I thought it was the first time he sounded like he had a bit of fear in his voice.
Yeah,
it was the first time I've listened to these interviews where he sounded a little bit less balanced himself. He started to sound like he was getting a bit peed off or a little bit worried.
And also the one thing we've all talked about is there's that point in which managers are starting to. One thing I loved about Hurst and I've loved about Artell is he tends to see the same game. Now he does. He seems to see the same game that I see, and so I can understand the rationale. Yesterday, when he's saying, "I think we're the better team," we weren't. After the first half, we were not the better team, and so over the 90 minutes, Notts County were the better team. And that's, you just need to take it on the chin. You can say, look, we played well, but we made mistakes. And my goalkeeper's shit. Don't worry. He's on his way to Scunthorpe United as we speak. That'll be fine. Sorry, Sam. I thought you were coming in. I was trailing off because this has been a very heavy me show, and that's not good for anybody.
No, you're attempting to provide balance, mate, which is a slightly alarming concept in itself.
I know.
But
I just don't want to be stumped out of cricket anymore. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's really wrecking you, hasn't it? I just sense kind of like we're generally all quite downcast as a kind of, even the three of us on here, it's kind of that it's all a bit kind of, here we go again sort of feel. This season was meant to be better, and it isn't. For one reason or another, despite the fact
one win in 17, it can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
That clip is at risk of getting, not on this podcast, but in like pop culture, is getting overdone.
Well, it's on here now, and I don't know how to change it, so tough shit.
No, but I can't. I'm struggling to think of fresh things to say. I remember towards the end of the conference season when we got promoted. I remember very clearly when we lost at Wrexham right towards the end of the bad run in the winter. Hurst came out and said, and Tom's asked him, "Your thoughts on that, Paul?" And just went, "I'm wondering over here, wondering what to say. Played okay, stayed in the game well, not being comprehensively outplayed. They weren't better than us." But I said that last week, so that week before. The fans will be sick of hearing it. I'm sick of saying it. I feel a bit like that, really. I can't really come up with anything worth new that's like that's going to be like groundbreaking.
So, what are the solutions?
I think we go for three at the back, and if he's fit next week, play Rose up front with Cabia. Anyone else up with Rose, by the way?
Apparently, he's 90 all of a sudden. So he's gone from being our best striker ever to now being a 95-year-old that can't manage 90 minutes of football. I'm not really sure what's happened.
Because frankly, when he was in the side for a few weeks, at sort of whether it was at Barrow or Chesterfield in the Chesterfield game or at Swindon, he looked a way better player than Cabry had been for weeks, and was because as much as I kind of do kind of this is a bit of a hot take, but if Cabry hadn't scored a few goals in August, I think we'd be wondering what on earth we'd signed. Rose has got far more strings to his bow. There are reasons that Cabry's playing his first season in men's football, started off quite well, will therefore get some attention on the back of that. Rose is a completely different, he's a wily operator, but he looked far more suited at this stage of the season than Cabry. I know the issue if you go through at the back is where you put Vernon in there and where you put Burns in there. Because you probably the obvious thing surely would be to play a wing back in, I don't know, would you play Eccleston at wing back or would you play Vernon at right wing back and then play Storm? I mean, I think Staunton would be a better wing back than he is full back because although his delivery is good, he's a defensive mess, frankly. I'm not going to beat about the bush there. A number of times he gets door-knocked, overlaps, or he's a problem there. But that we actually, funny enough, went to 3 at the back at Bromley last season, didn't we? It sort of changed our season around a little bit. That when he started playing Svan Jorsen and Denver on the wings and wing back, and went on a very good run for the next two and a half months after that. So that would be my solution, but without wishing to sound like a sort of total footballing punditry wanker, I'm not paid to make those decisions. Artell is, and that's where he's going to earn his money. But this is what we pay him for now, to basically come up with a solution to work this out. Because I know you keep saying we all keep saying we're playing well. It ain't working at the moment. I know you talk about Nigel Adkins' process goals. Eventually, do you accept the processes are wrong?
Oh, I'll talk then.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay, but Ollie Johnson made a good point. I was actually thinking the same thing. It could maybe Vernon go as a second striker? Could Vernon go into the number 10 role as a temporary solution, perhaps, and move him a little bit more centrally, whilst Rose is out. Just to answer that question about Rose, Artell said it's a hip injury. Apparently, by the sound of it, it happened in the warm-up at Shrewsbury. Hence why he was already on the at that point. He was already on the bench. Hence why they didn't bring him on, and hence why he didn't make the team yesterday. And by the sound of it, he's not going to be back next week either. So the only options is that you could play. I mean, I don't like the idea of a KB, a Soonsup Bell forward line. I think that's very lightweight.
They'll get beaten up at Bromley. That will.
Sounds
they're a bunch of 6 foot 5
for the
giants.
TikTok generation. That does.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely that is the front line of all these football influencers who go, oh yeah, I've heard of this June Soonsup Bell and he's a marvelous talent, and I saw him in the under-19s Premier League and he's wonderful.
Do you know what? I was taking the pit. A friend of mine is a Crystal Palace fan. Born and bred. He remembers coming to Blunder Park and watching his team lose 5-2, and he was like going, I fucking hate it now. We're a proper hipster club. And everyone's like, oh, darling, you must go and watch Crystal Palace. It's amazing. They've got all these boys in black that like to jump up and down, and they just cause complete. They play the Wenger boys. It's absolutely ridiculous. And, he goes, I fucking hate it. I want to get
South African.
Yeah.
Sort of version South African then, mate.
Well, I'll be honest. Surrey is full of South Africans. It is incredible. The amount of biltong shops per capita is incredible.
Certainly can't produce better cricketers, but hey ho, here we are.
Yeah, we need some of them. Hurry up, South Africa! Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're giving up on New Zealanders now. Get back to South Africans.
Well, that's the thing. Well, do you know what? Let's talk about that, because I don't understand Australians. I mean, it's a sad day for Australia, and we've all got connections over there, so not great. But we haven't got a chance for it. Sam's gone. Sam's disassociating himself.
I'm coming back.
Okay, but as a nation, a sporting nation, I used to look at Australia and be in awe of their sporting proclivities. You'd look at the Summer Olympics medals table; they would roast it. Strong rugby union team. Obviously, in the 90s, they had that cricket team of great legendary status. What do they have now, apart from beating load of public schoolboy Nancy boys soft, wet, feathered, publicly educated. I went to Charterhouse Cricket Club. You imagine if the England cricket team had a few Declan Rice, Jude Bellinghams, and Bukayo Sakos in there, they'd be crying into their cat piss lager every day of the week. So I'm not 100% sure why they're getting, well done. You've beaten the public school system. You've done something we can't do, but congratulations. You've beaten the privately educated. Brilliant. I mean, we all do that. That's why, that's why Charles Vernon learned to run so quickly, because he was having to run away from us in Yarborough going, come back here, you grammar nerd.
It's right. I saw a stat, I think, that only one member of the England touring party didn't go to independent school.
Yeah, it was Ben Stokes, and he was in New Zealand.
Oh, sorry, no, I think it was it. Well, because Wood didn't go to private school either, did he? I think everybody else went to private school. And that's not to kind of like diminish it, but that I mean, you've gone to go to different debates about basically that's all to do with the fact that the state sector doesn't play cricket anymore because to decades, and let's face it, because of conservative austerity. It's one of the factors behind it.
Into the problem. Finally admitting to it.
Wood
Wood
was down the pit when he was a kid. That's why he's got so many injury problems now, hasn't he? It's lugging coal.
We had another bowler who went to state school, but yeah, we got rid of him, didn't we? Too early.
Who's that, Sam? Who was that, Sam?
No, I'm going to wind myself up again here.
Okay.
Oh,
let's go back to football. I'll bring it back.
I'll
bring it back to football. Yeah, I'll bring it back now. Graham Dickens said that why take Burns off? His problem is got Rodgers behind him. You know what? I'm going to defend Harvey Rodgers here a little bit. I am going to defend him because for how bad Rodgers' delivery can be and his passing can be, the one thing you can't criticise him for is he does often find himself in very good positions. He does get forward very well and he does link up with the wing very well. The problem is when he gets the ball in them good positions, the play then falls down because he's no good at crossing the ball or getting a decent pass most of the time. Last week it was an exception, but yes, I think that I will. The one thing I will say is positionally, nothing wrong with Harvey Rodgers, and he does tend to protect Burn, so that's not an issue, but. It's when you want a ball when so much play comes down that side, you need a little bit of a more consistent level of delivery. So yeah, I'll defend him on that one. Has Artel fallen out with Jude for playing in Thailand? No, but I think he might have fallen out with him more for apparently turning up late with Eccleston to the Wilston game. Apparently, that's the story that we've heard. Whether that is true or not, I don't know. Graham Dickens said, "Oh, don't forget Eton won the first FA Cup." Yeah, they did.
Don't you think that Rodgers gets scapegoated a bit? It goes back to the because he really, really, really struggled, didn't he, when Artel first came in terms of that kind of playing in the centre, playing in a two, and playing out from the back until it all got abandoned because we're going to get relegated. Because Rodgers got two issues, hasn't he? Principally, he gets his feet taffled up, which gets him into trouble. I'm thinking he got Chesterfield away last season where he was culpable in both goals. And as you said there a minute ago, on the ball, his distribution leaves plenty to be desired. Frankly, I mean, we talked about him in terms of goalkeepers being flawed, because Rodgers' ability to get up and down the line, his ability to bring the ball out is very effective. If he could also whip it across, I don't think he'd play at this level. Because he's got lots of other good attributes. It's just a trade-off thing, isn't it? And I mean, I know he's all talks about playing a proper right back. I think Rodgers actually at right back is probably one of the least of our issues at the moment. I think Farm looks unfit at centre half. Yeah, is Van Yorson injured? Yeah, he got re-injured. He's got.
Yeah, it's working. We can hear you, Alex.
No, I'm just saying, Mike, come back. And Sam's slagging Farm off.
You slagged him off earlier.
I said he looks unfit. That's not me slagging him off. That's saying he looks unfit. That's actually it.
Yeah, no, it is because you're saying he's ugly. You're saying he's not fit.
You're body shaming him.
So Mike is proper fit.
Yeah. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, well, you know what? I don't know what to say about it. You know, Sam, you can't be that mean to him. You know, Mike will come back.
I'm sure he'll come back.
We all miss him
Anything
too.
talks about.
He's listening, storing this up for when he comes back, ready to kind of repeat it back to me when Farm scores the winning goal at Wembley to get Texas promoted. I think we miss Denver. I know Sweeney's done a good job, but I think we miss Denver's ability to sort of run a game from fullback.
Well, you say this, Sam, but we miss Sweeney far more right now because we haven't won a game where Sweeney hasn't played.
That's a concerning statistic, isn't it?
So
this is a very controversial one. I think McEachran has been off form for weeks now. Probably even didn't start the season as good as he was last season, but he's been off form for weeks. And frankly, if McEachran is a little bit, McEachran makes us tick, and he just isn't. He just hasn't. I think probably not his fault. I think other teams probably targeted him, but I just don't think he's been as good this season as he was last season. Anyway, bring on the hate.
I thought he was better. I thought first half he was very good yesterday, and I said on the group chat that was the best he's played for weeks. But I agree with you generally; he has been off form, and the same with Vernon. The two players that really make us tick, I think, have been off form. I think that some of Vernon's delivery and decision making yesterday was really off, and it's been like that for a few weeks now, where his final ball's just not been good enough, and he looks like he's lost a little bit of that spark. Maybe it's because this is the most amount of games he's played consistently for a long time. I don't know, but yeah, I think that with Vernon as well, and they're two big players for us.
Probably a similar fact as well that he probably gets targeted more. He'll have been identified as a threat by opposition managers, and they will do things to stop him. I must say, I thought particularly Tranmere's number 14, Joseph, I thought he played him really well a couple of weeks ago. But maybe he suffered from Sweeney coming outside as well now.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't even talked about Shrewsbury, have we?
I went.
Well, I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a case for a bit of patriotism, and Sam will really appreciate this because it may be just all the flags fluttering beautifully off lampposts around the world and around the UK that make me feel proud of this great country. All those beautiful patriots falling off fucking lampposts. Just, those are brave boys. But I feel like we should go back to 4-4-2. And I think we should absolutely do what Her Majesty and Captain Tom would want us to do and go back to 4-4-2. And
Burns and Vernon, McEachran and Green, Cavey and Rose.
Yeah, but I don't mind a little bit of foreignness. I don't mind a little bit of pineapple on my cheddar cheese hedgehog. But a diamond would be good with Green behind as a central attacking midfielder, number 10, and McEachran just stood in front of the back four. But I think, as a proud nation that we are, and a proud town that voted 72% to stop me from going and living a retirement holiday in the south of France, I think we should go back to playing 4-4-2. And I think we need to do it not just for Grimsby, but for England and for Britain and for Captain Tom
and Mike Bassett.
And Mike Bassett.
I would love
4-4-2.
I would love the pre-match interview on Thursday, and Matt D goes to Artel. Anybody back for the game on Saturday? And Artel simply replies, on Saturday, Grimsby will be playing 4-4-2. And it just leaves.
Mic drops. Look, if I'm not getting my holiday home in the south of France when I retire, I want us to play 4-4-2.
Are you Brexit voters? Have you any idea how hard you've made it for us to go to all Southerners to go to Bordeaux every week to watch the game? The greatest injustice of Brexit is that. Look,
the greatest thing, given the work I do, I'm not allowed my Irish passport yet because it would mean I wouldn't be allowed in certain rooms. But the second I leave my job, a top of the morning to you all, and thank you, Grandma, I'm becoming an Irish citizen. See you all later. I'm off to Spain, Grandma. Baby. Benidorm.
So great,
you
he
can play
decided,
your foreign
to diffuse the issues going on with the football club at the moment by talking about Brexit. That's
Yeah.
really kind of it.
I just think our brave boys up ladders across the country.
I'm watching our live figures just drop like dramatically.
You came
View
out
from
to
the
one.
Finders. View from the Finders. They don't talk about Brexit.
We got bored of talking about town, so we decided to talk about the Ashes and Brexit. This is how desperate we are. God, it need Christmas Eve to come soon.
Don't worry.
This is the problem.
Thanks to a Scunthorpe United fan earlier, I was defending Michael Jolly criminal record for a moment. I was like, how did I get
let's talk
on
about
that,
shall we?
How did I get onto this position? It's like, look, out of context, this seems wrong, but bear with me. What do you mean everyone's gone?
So did Berry actually play yesterday then?
I don't know. They keep saying he's got 100% record, so I assume they did.
No, he's done the St. Allardyce, has he?
He mic drop. See you later. I don't know. Do you know what? As I said, I'm sorry for the guy. Not great.
They beat Mossley AFC 2-1.
Tough fixture. Yeah, look, Michael Jolly doing it again.
It's, I think, look,
let's play a game, shall we?
Let's play a game of how many audience killers we can offend here. We're doing well.
I don't want to talk about this. It's a dodgy subject. So play a game, yummy.
Sam, what do you think?
Okay.
Let's go over to Sam. Sam will give his thoughts on it. Hang on, I've got breaking news thing. Hang on.
My overriding position on it is, other than I've only left years ago and is now an.
Thank you, Sam, for that opinion. That was great.
Saved you there, Sam.
Saved by the backstage.
There we go. You're welcome. Don't worry about it. We've got a game.
Hi, everybody. So yeah, we've got a game. Well, this game was meant to be last week, but there was only me and Alex last week. So, but I've saved it on my phone because again, this week we were meant to have Bruce, and this was going to be the triumphant return of How Old Are You? But Bruce is not here. He's pulled out last minute, so we're going back to what we should have done last week.
Did you want the Christmas bed, or did you want this weird? Do you want your Christmas stuff? Would that feel better?
I'll go Christmassy. Yeah, we'll go Christmassy. It's the season after all. So, in celebration of Doug Farm earning a new contract last week, which seems like a long way away now, doesn't it? But he's got a new contract. He's here till 2028. Sam's got his head in his hands, but it's fine. We'll move on. Basically, we're going to bring back the.
Oh no!
We're going to bring. We're going to bring back the former clubs game. So I have picked out famous Grimsby defenders. I will name you a ex-defender or a current defender, and you've got to tell me the clubs they have played for, not including Grimsby Town. So we'll start off with the man. We will start off with the man himself, Doug Farm. He's played for 7 different clubs besides Grimsby, but who are they? Alex, we'll start with you.
He played for Southport, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. 6-year-old child at a birthday party. Correct. Sam.
Blackpool.
He did play for Blackpool. We signed him from Blackpool. Absolutely. Correct.
Wrexham.
Wrexham, yes. He was a youth at Wrexham. Started his career.
I'm just going to do it like this. It's going to be more levity.
It sounds like you're in the Haribo advert. It's wonderful.
Let's talk about Michael Jolly
again. Sam.
If anybody notices, by the way, Alex has got a new toy and he's playing with it. I'm in a bit of trouble here, mate. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to go with, if we're in that part of the world, Tranmere Rovers.
Tranmere Rovers. No, that is incorrect. you could have had Telford, Curzon Ashton, Connors Key Nomads, and Accrington Stanley.
I thought Accrington and Bury, so that part of the world was where I went. But
yeah.
Just says, talking about reminding your Charlie's criminal past and playing how old are you would be better. We are a serious podcast.
Can we have the normal voice now, Alex, please?
I can't take you serious. I take you even
go.
less serious. I take you even less serious than usual.
When you said that, like the Michael Jolly comment there, you sounded like when Jerry Adams used to be on the news in the 80s and he had to mask his voice.
Oh, hang on. We'll do it like this, shall we? I'll be Sam when he did that interview just to show that he was he was in the Houses of Parliament and he looked like he was shadowed out. I'm a serious person. Also, I'm a member of the IRA being interviewed in the House of Parliament.
So get out your cracking tan. Okay. There we go. So, what have I done here?
There we go.
There we go. Oh, I've thought, what have I done? Just bear with me, everybody. I can't see anything.
I'll go back to the funny
voice again. Hello, how are we going? We're waiting for Youngie to do his work. And all the problem is then you start going higher already because you can hear it. There we go.
There we go. Thank
Alex
you.
is bored.
So the next one.
Is this the reason we bought this, Alex?
Just so you can play with a new toy.
Yeah, basically. This is good for a week when we lose. To be fair, you know, we needed some light relief. So next one, Sam. 5 different clubs. Was once our most expensive sale. The first player we ever sold for over £1 million. Now Humberside co-commentator Gary Croft.
Blackburn Rovers, because that's where we sold him to.
It's absolutely correct. Yeah, Alex.
The favourite story, Ipswich.
Yes, played with the tag on his ankle at Ipswich Town. Correct.
Hull City?
No. Hull City is incorrect. Alex with a steal.
He played for Lincoln.
He did play for Lincoln, his final club. And they hated him, which is brilliant. The other two you could have had was Wigan and Cardiff City. So there you go.
There we are.
2-0 to Alex. Next one, you to start. 7 different clubs. Storied career, some would say, for Danny Collins. Danny Collins. Stoke City is correct.
Sunderland.
Everyone in red and white stripes.
For Sunderland.
He came to us from Rotherham. I know Mike is probably jumping up and down.
Yeah, he did come to us from Rotherham. Absolutely.
Manchester United?
Oh,
Manchester United, he says. Manchester United is incorrect. So 3-0, Alex. It's an unassailable lead. But we will carry on.
The Christie Pym of the game.
Chester, Ipswich, West Ham, and Nottingham Forest.
I just wondered if he'd started a career at Manchester United. You know, like Luke Henry did and what Tyrrell Warren did. Like that. I wondered if he'd done that.
Yeah, I see you thinking, but your thinking was wrong.
That 2018 season, he was so good.
He was, and he'd be somebody. Just going back a second, he'd be great for us now. Like that era of 35-year-old Danny Collins when he joined us, he would be perfect. You know, experienced head and defence.
Next to McJanet.
Could mix it up a little bit. Yeah, he would be great. But
he could play a little bit. He could do the head it kick. He was one of those players that head and shoulders.
What could he do, Sam? Could he head and kick it? Could he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you think the thing is these days defenders can't edit and kick it anymore. They have to play out from the back. Sorry, it's my rant about how Guardiola's ruined football. That's the game. Sorry, Youngie.
It's okay. That's fine. Next is 6 clubs. Also a player that made us a lot of money, but with this one, with add-on fees. This Ryan Bennett. Sam, Ryan Bennett.
Peterborough.
Peterborough is correct.
Norwich.
Norwich is correct.
Cambridge United.
finished his career at Cambridge United. He should have come here. Could have come back, shouldn't he? But he didn't. He went to Cambridge.
Wolves.
Yeah. He captained Wolves to championship glory.
He did.
Ipswich.
No, he was a youth at Ipswich, but he never played a game for them. Alex, do you know the other two by any chance?
I know. I know he played for. He was in the youth team at Ipswich, and that's where Neil Woods stole him from.
That's right.
He played for a Welsh team. So it's either Cardiff or Swansea. I'm going to go Cardiff.
He's the other one.
Newport.
And then Leicester City was the other club he played for. Yeah. Final one, just for fun. Alex for the clean sweep potentially. 8 different clubs signed for us and made his debut on Good Friday at Alfreton and scored on his debut as well. Josh Gowlin. 8 different clubs. Sam to start. Oh no, Alex to start on this one.
I know who he managed. Did he play for Hereford?
He did play for Hereford, correct.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I know, because I remember we played against us for them, Kidderminster Harriers.
Kidderminster Harriers, yeah, absolutely correct.
He was a really interesting one that we interviewed, and his thoughts on Paul Hurst after were really interesting. So if you want to buy me a pint and we'll talk about it, I will do.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Right, we'll start after the.
I'm pretty sure I've told you all. I have no fucking idea who he played for. Did he play for Darlington?
He did not play for Darlington. Sam, you could steal this.
Oh, he managed Darlington.
I got a Scooby-Doo.
There's what? Birmingham City. No, incorrect. That's a void game. One of them you will kick yourself for. Alfred. He actually played for Alfreton after playing for us. When John McDermott was there.
Everybody did know, didn't they?
As well. They all went to Alfreton.
That was the retirement home, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Torquay. The one you kick yourself for is Lincoln. He played for Lincoln City.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. Gillingham, Carlisle, Bournemouth. And in fact, he made his professional debut for a club in Denmark in the equivalent of the Danish Championship called Helforg Bold Club. There you go.
I love a Hellsborg ball clap.
Can we not be going on Bogle? I know all of his clubs really well.
Well, he's not a defender, so that would defy the point of that game. But there you go. Congratulations, Alex. A very comprehensive 4-0 victory.
How did I get 4? Didn't I get him all 2 wrong? I didn't get Cardiff or Swansea, didn't I? I got that wrong.
He already won by that point.
No, but he'd already won at that point.
Fine. Okay, sorry. So the rumor was that Andy Cook is signing. Is that the one we've got? Is it? That's our saviour.
That's what's come off Bruce's night out, hasn't it? And I heard it. Yeah, and it's come from another group. Yeah,
Actually, hang on. I've got music for it. Hello, this is Bruce's nightclub rumour mill. Andy Cook is coming to cook at town. He may be 35 years old and have no back, but we'd have him back.
Bruce's Nightclub Whispers is brought to you by Durex. The flavoured condom machine is stacked and ready to go at Park Lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the dance floor. Andy Cook is returning. Shabba.
We'll soon be breaking for the interim of the DJing session with a game of How Old Are You?
Could you imagine? Pens and paper out. Pens and paper out. Come on, right. Everyone sit down. Put light back on. Put light back on. Right.
See, when with Bruce from Sheffield.
Right. Here's one for all the dads. Kevin Joblin. How old is he now? Kevin Joblin. Come on. Mark, now pass it around. Mark, everybody mark somebody else's. No cheating. It is for a Watney 7.
And just to also make you awake, there is a Kevin Joblin that has blocked the toilet. So please be aware of that.
Don't go in men's toilet at the moment. Deirdre's got in there with 3 plunges.
How hot on cheating are you with your quizzes, Youngie?
What was that? Sorry, what was that?
When you run your official quizzes, how hot on cheating are you?
Oh well, let me tell you a story, Sam.
Here we go.
So we had on one evening. This was at Docks. A team came in and they'd played before, but never really did any good. But on this occasion, they won and only got 2 questions wrong, which is pretty good going. And everyone was like, they are cheating. The whole place was like they were cheating, to the point where one of the teams made an official complaint to Docks management. So Docks management, Will Douglas, went on CCTV and had a look and saw that they were Googling during the quiz. So there you go. So that is how hot we are. We've got CCTV now that can prove whether or not you're cheating.
There used to be a really good place that we used to do it up in Newcastle when I lived there briefly, and there was a pub where it had no phone signal, so it was where all the really serious quizzes used to go to play. Apart from, it had signal in one of the cubicles in the men's toilet, and that was it. So like the furthest one next to the window had a signal. So there would be so many people to a point where everyone, is everyone doing cocaine? No, they're cheating on the pub quiz.
I don't get that. Though. A pub quiz is a bit of fun. Why would you cheat?
Because everybody needs meat from a meat raffle, mate. Someone's got to feed their kids.
Plus, as well, if there's vouchers on the line or something like that, it's.
I mean, it's a serious business.
So for the Christmas quiz next week, we've got currently 169 people booked in currently. Ooh. So that's a big prize. £2 per player to play. That's gonna be a big prize before Christmas. That.
What's your takeaway? What's your commission?
My commission is a flat fee, unfortunately.
Is it not? It's not a 20% fee.
20% of the winning fee. No, it's not. Unfortunately, I should have negotiated that in my contract, shouldn't I? But yeah, so there's some big money to be won next week. Alex has played Music Bingo before as well. It's
Wasn't that the one we did the Friends quiz?
You did, yeah, you did, good. And then So Music Bingo, Christmas song Ringo comes back next week. So
there you go. Free pint of a beer from Docks. That's about a mortgage. No, Ben, that's not fair. Boo.
Boo, Ben.
Are we sponsored by them at the moment? It's well expensive.
Yeah, no, it's a locally brewed beer. We're supporting local economy. Better than going to get some random cocktail in bloody arty bar in Cleethorpes.
What's the arty bar in Cleethorpes? Fisherman Art.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a rumor that the Notts County fans were just stealing things randomly from the Nottingham? From the Notts?
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, Christmas decorations, apparently.
What, because they said Nottingham?
Maybe, yeah. It's like this is bit like us at the Tattershaw Castle last week. We were talking about it, weren't we? It's like they were like, if you're using our name, we're going to take everything we can have, including 3 points. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, Shrewsbury, how was it, Sam? We'll give you 2 minutes on Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury is it's an awful ground. It's one of those pointless ones miles out of town on a shopping centre that you'd never want to go to. It's definitely, I've ticked that place off on my grounds list now. I'll never be going back. Weather was crap. It was very windy. It was cold. There were 330 hardcore of us there that night. That was a proper hardcore turnout. That was on Tuesday night. But I don't really need to give a match report on it on the grounds. If you've just watched the Tranmere game or the Chesterfield game or the Swindon game or the Barrow game, you've got your match reports for it nonetheless there. we were all a bit perplexed as to why Danny Rose didn't come on. We've now had that cleared up on the grounds that he was injured in the warm-up, so hence he didn't come on. What standing behind Tuesday United is they were really, really, really poor. I mean, they were running the clock down in the start of the second half because at home against a side who were out of form, they were shot mentally, had no confidence, and we weren't good enough to force a result. But there's not much more to be added apart from that, to be honest with you about it. It was very disappointing not to win the game.
If you're not beating Shrewsbury, I would. That result pissed me off, and then the Notts County one came along. But if you can't beat Shrewsbury, there's something going wrong, really. And there's a couple. I honestly, I genuinely do just think, and it's all very well and because we'll just get a striker and a decent keeper. If you've got to a point where the team is playing pretty well, and you just need to make one or two changes to change you from a mid-table team to a team that is going to be fighting for promotion, then I think everybody would take that, wouldn't they? Really, given where we've been in the past.
Absolutely. I mean, I should say, I thought Shrewsbury were as bad as anything we've seen this season, other than 9-man Cheltenham. They were that hopelessly low on confidence.
Like it, Mike.
They got a point at Walsall. They got a point at Walsall yesterday, though, didn't they?
It's a rubbish league, and we're 14th in it. Just now, I can think about that for a minute.
You said it yesterday on the group chat, Sam, and I think it's the best point that I think we can make about our problems at the moment. We just need to be a little bit more League Two. Yeah, you said it yesterday, and I think that's what it is.
Well, look how we got the closest we got was by playing proper League Two football.
What, Gary Jones and Michael Reddy up front, Bob Jones at centre half. That.
Yeah. Sure.
I love that team. I love
those are the days.
In their palm. In their palm, that team was ace.
That Lincoln City second game, absolutely brilliant. Ripped them to pieces, and one of the best atmospheres at Blunder Park that was. So yeah, brilliant. Anything else anybody wants to talk about? Cool.
See you at Bromley.
I'm not going.
You're not going,
no,
Alex?
I didn't get a ticket. It's sold out, which is brilliant. But yeah, I didn't get a ticket.
Yeah, hell of an effort for an early kickoff game in December. That hell of an effort.
Yeah, but if you do have a ticket, let us know, and I'll steal it off you. But yeah, it'll be good. But we will definitely lose. Really sorry. And if I'm wrong, who wouldn't mind that? Okay, thanks, guys. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us. We shall see you all later.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life around there. They're going crazy.
This antiquated main stand, I can feel it vibrating.
Say, they got a penalty here, there'll be fish flying about that. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football!
This is gone in! Scored! The supporters are invading the pitch because Grimsby Town have caused one of the biggest upsets in their history.
Love it.